Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2. So, if I recall correctly, I believe we are currently waiting for some truces to expire. 2 more years for the South Germans, and then an extra year, I believe it was, for Prussia. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get my timer started. So this part may be a fairly peaceful part, unless like the Ottomans or something declares war on us. We'll be mostly just focused on building up our military some more. Trying to ensure that no more of our German spherelings get taken. But for the most part, like I said, I believe this will be a fairly peaceful part, is the plan, at least. We will see if that ends up actually being the case, however. Also, how many regions do you own? You technically... So let's see, you got Bayern, which is 1, Franken, which is 2, Baden gets you to 3, and technically because you own Kaiserslautern, or however it's pronounced, in the German Rhineland, you technically have 4 regions. Thus, I can't justify a annexation of your entire country, CB, which is a shame, I'll admit, because I would love to be able to just annex them outright at this point. Who are you trying to demand concessions against? Ethiopia. Oh, somebody's finally going to go to war with Ethiopia. It only took them far longer than it should have. Okay, that is... How many armies do we have right now, out of curiosity? We have 18 armies. That's actually pretty decent. But there is no such thing as too many armies. And we're also slowly working on building up our navy more. We're gonna have a tiny navy up here in the Baltic Sea region. Let's send some to our neighbors. I'll take the little bit extra prestige. Out of curiosity, how far behind are we? About 100 and some odd points. We'll just say 200 for a nice easy number. Yeah, that's a ways away. Lazy natives need to learn to adapt because I don't want to lose the prestige. Thank you very much. Spain, something's going on there, I guess. Also, I think everybody gave up on trying to take over Spain once I said I didn't care for them anymore. Somewhat annoying that that's how the AI works at times in this game. It says, oh, the player's trying to take a country, I'm going to get involved. And then when you give up on that country, they say, oh, okay, I don't care anymore. Are we really going to have a 3-way for people trying to take the Netherlands off me? Yes, it looks like that is going to be the case. I don't care if the South Germans hate me, so send the secret police to rescue whoever the hell it is. What's this? Burma. I don't want to lose the prestige, so sure, I'll take the repay debt or whatever it is on Burma, but I don't plan to actually use it. And I just happen to be looking in here, so we'll replace one of those infantries with another guard. What I actually meant to look at was diplomacy, to see how far behind we are from the number 1, which I believe is... oh, France, okay. I was going to say Russia, because it is Russia, not France. I clicked the wrong sort option. So Russia's at 418, we're at 236. Out of curiosity, most of theirs comes from ships and soldiers and armies, which I'm not surprised by. We're not too far behind the British. And there's an international crisis. Question is, do I want to get involved? This results in the liberation of Poland from the Russians, which also, coincidentally, I want to note, could hurt relations if this breaks into a war between the Russians and the French, because they're going to have a -2 opinion as a result of having fought a war with one another. This is in my interest, to have this go to a full-on war. The question is, who do I support? I think I'm more inclined to support the Russians in some ways, because I don't really want Polish independence. And it gets me into a war with France if it goes that far. So I can try and take Alsace off their hands, because I'm going to need that for forming Germany. And then I can maybe make an alliance with the Russians and use that to be able to go to war with Prussia and, well, pretty much just Prussia, really. And granted, I don't technically need their help for a war with Prussia, but you know what? I'll take all the help I can get, because I certainly won't complain about it. So we'll see how that goes. I'll say I'm interested, which is kind of annoying because it forces me into this. So who does the game think I should support? The game overall thinks I should support the Russians, but that's just mostly because political considerations and the fact that the French start with an added war goal. The UK will likely go and support the Russians. The South Germans will likely support the Russians. The Prussians will likely go and support the Russians. So everybody's likely to go and support the Russians, which is annoying because I don't want everybody supporting the Russians. Ooh. The South Germans actually went to the French. The French. Because they added a cut down to size on Russia. Interesting. Kind of unexpected. This goes to war, allows me to knock France off of the #1 spot, potentially. Well, probably not. We'll see how that all goes. Ooh, that's a little bit too much population. Pretend that it rains. Nobody else has picked any sides. I'm just kind of... Okay, there we go. The UK has gone and backed the Russians. I'm mostly just curious as to who's going to back who. Now, I do need to pick a side, otherwise I'm going to lose prestige, so I kind of need to do this before they decide to white peace, because that's probably what's going to happen. Let's go and support the Russians. I don't know who the Prussians will support, but this gets me a... If this goes to a war, it gets me a war with France and the South Germans. And again, I don't really want Polish independence. Because Polish independence could be a pain for me. because then they're going to be kicking off trying to gain cores that I own of their stuff, which, up to the, yep. No, Ethiopia, you're not allowed to walk through my land. Mostly because I don't see a reason why I should bother letting you. And Brazil, okay, Brazil, I am just out of curiosity. You're actually not too far off from potentially being able to make your way to the leaderboard. You require quite a bit of work, but you could do it. And you have a lot of land that I could build railroads in. You know what, Brazil? I will give you the alliance. I will never help you in a war, so the alliance will inevitably break. But I will take this opportunity to go and invest in your country and build a ton of railroads. This will also gain me tons of nice free industry points. Could build, you know what, I'll build in Uruguay and Ecuador as well, because why the hell not? I've got money and, like, literally nothing to spend it on. And we'll do a little in Venezuela, too. I could upgrade Spain as well, but no thanks. I'll leave Spain as they are. So we got 9 points off of the Brazilians there. Prussia's still not taking a side, but in theory they should still be more inclined to support the Russians. And I don't think they have the prestige. No, they really don't have the prestige to spare, not that it matters. Kick the... or well, decrease the opinion of the South Germans there. Decrease the opinion of the South Germans there. No, Ottomans, if I'm not letting the Ethiopians walk through my land, I'm definitely not letting you walk through my land. And that resulted in a white peace from France, which is kind of annoying because I would loved a white peace from the Russian side because that would have gotten me something. Oh no, that actually still got me prestige. Wonderful. That kicked me up to number 1 on prestige. Not that that matters a whole hell of a lot, but it's something. So you are 83, right? Yes, March of 83. Damn, we got a lot of unemployed craftsmen in West Galicia. And I think the main issue with us losing money right now is just because we have tons of research that we are using. Or not research, but tons of building that we're doing. No, I could go and try and build another one. Just one last army. It'll take us slightly over, but I'm fine with that. And no Danish, because it's a pain to try and get their troops down here. Really? Okay, we're not going to be able to get any more artillery for the most part in Europe right now. You know what? I will raise taxes. Oh shit, didn't mean to... Always forget, control takes you up to 100%. I keep meaning to hit shift, but I always end up hitting control. Pretend that it rains. increase my opinion there to cordial. Okay, and I have 3 pips there. What is this tech again that I'm researching? What does it give me? Ah, yes, research points. That's very beneficial. Okay, I think we can lower taxes again. We'll lower on the rich first. I mean, I'd say if anything, our militancy is probably the highest for average, so try and get that down a bit, I guess. Let's get late classical theory. Control the clergy through legislative means. Long live Austria. Damn, Württemberg is worth a lot. Okay, we still have a couple more man of wars being built. And we've been banned from there. I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. Afghanistan, you have literally no reason to fear me, because I can't get to you. I mean, sure, you probably think, well, that's not going to stop you. It is. It really will, because I'm not going to go and try and declare war on 3 other people to get to you. For one. And even if, for whatever reason, I were actually willing to do that, I don't have the infamy to spare to go to war with 3 other people to get to you. I could try military access, but then if they cut off militias, I could never get back to you to defend the territory from the inevitable rebellions. So, again, no reason for them to fear me. Collectivist theory. Where are we on industry, out of curiosity? We are behind the UK, who has like double the score of what we have, so that ain't gonna happen. Not till we conquer and form Germany. Because, yeah, that's a lot of industry we'll be taking off of their hands. So in March, I'll be able to start justifying my claim against you. Raise that back up. Okay, I'm not able to beat you out. We'll lower that though, just, well, I really don't have to. We seem to be doing just fine with that at 3. It doesn't seem to be negatively affecting our ability to gain score elsewhere. Scandinavia, you can do it. Come on. Build the railroads that I've paid for. And you'll be able to do it. I don't know how they're not building the railroads, actually. I'm really curious about that, because they are... So the way my understanding trade imports works is it goes down the list. Are the top 8 people really importing that much timber, steel, and cement that Scandinavia doesn't get any to be able to build the railroads that I've paid for? Because they seem to be really struggling there. A little more so than I think they should be. can only do an acquire state, which, if I get really unlucky, right now would kick me up to 29. Now, really, I just gotta knock you off the board. Humiliate will take a decent amount of prestige off you, but not really enough to warrant it, I think. Because while that would get Scandinavia back up on the board, I believe, you would still likely retake your place fairly quickly. So really the best option is to annex you, or at least take land off you, rather. So Baden is the next best thing to take. Although somewhat annoyingly, Baden does put me on a border with the French. I can take Franken instead. It's just a question of would I like to border the French right now, and the answer to that is kind of no. I really don't want to border the French, because I feel like it's just asking for them to go to war with me for the hell of it. So, yeah, I think I'll take Franken. I will save real quick, though. Just as a precautionary save, requires state. That'll take 308 days. Let's try that. And we ended up getting a 10.5. Hopefully, though, my military is strong enough to discourage anybody from going to war with me. Of course it wasn't. Oh, Russia broke their alliance with the French. Holy shit, this is actually not the worst. One, I believe you can only have a single war of containment active at any given point in time. So if I can win this... Also a little pissed that I don't have my alliance with you, apparently. But if I can win this... I can potentially take Alsace right now off the French, and then just not need to bother with the French anymore. Out of curiosity, they have a substantially larger military than me, and none of my allies joined me. So it is just me against the French, which in itself is also annoying. Now, the French are the biggest threat overall. So it's in my best interest to knock them out of the war. Now, I cannot get through you, and you are unlikely to give me military access. Yes, I figured as much. So I need to go through Italy. Do I want to take out the Italian states then now? Because there's no reason not to, basically. And I think that's what I'll do. And I will have you wait for the other army to get there. Oh, shit. Okay, apparently you can have 2 wars of containment. I figured it was just a one and done type of thing. So, that's a thing we're going to have to deal with now, apparently. is that you can indeed actually have two active at the same time, which is frankly annoying because I'm not in a position to fight both wars. I guess we're not going to be taking Alsaints. Because I basically need to end this war with the French ASAP. Switch you guys. Now the question is, how much work am I going to have to put in to get the French to leave? Because I can already get some of their miners out. I'm going to pull you guys back, so you don't get taken out. Still not accepting. I don't know how much you need. I really don't, which is a shame because I kind of wish I knew. Okay, wonderful collectivist theory. I guess let's go and get some better forts now as well, because why not? We're at 25% right now. You go knock out that actual French army. I'm really hoping I can get this done quickly. Should just siege that. And you go there. There we go. We can end the war with the French. Let's get the French out. Because I now need to turn my attention to the Russian horde that's attacking me. So let's group our troops up a little ways away from the front line. Imprison them. Kind of busy right now, game, so yeah. And your navy's actually decent size. Okay, so about 30% is where I needed to be to end the war. Oh shit, that wasn't really my plan, but okay. No, you're not going to contain me. We'll win this war. It's going to take a little bit of effort. And Garibaldi's red shirts exist. I don't mind if Italy gets formed to some degree, because that might actually make my life a little bit easier. There's my timer. I'll let this part run a little long. Yeah, go ahead and start sieging down the Ottomans. That'll hopefully help speed things up a little. I could add a war goal, but I'd rather not. Go out there. We're gonna lose that other navy up there. Let's get fleet or military logistics for the extra organization. That'll provide. I don't mind if that justify war takes a little longer. In some ways, it's actually good for me if that takes a little longer. Okay, they're not willing yet. I'm gonna have to take more shit off them. Send you guys over there. You go there. 33% still not willing. Go there. You back them up. They may not necessarily need it, but I want them to have it. Wrong country. Too many damn greens in this area. You know what, actually, you go there. There we go. Ended that war. Okay, and now to get all of our troops back. We're gonna have to likely rebuild a couple of brigades, I believe. If we don't, I will be somewhat shocked, I want to say. So yeah, I can pretty much guarantee you we're gonna have to... We've lost a couple brigades, but it shouldn't be too much. I'll end this part once we get our troops back into position. Long live Austria. Quarantine the affected state. Yep, they are coming right for us. That is almost done, so we will do that next part. Okay, everybody's in position. So, you lost 2 infantry. You lost 1. So, 3, 4, 5, actually not that many. Looks like it was only about 5-ish that we lost. And it looks like it was all infantry, so that's actually not that bad. I can replace one of them with a guard. So that went a whole hell of a lot better than I actually thought it was going to. Now, I don't know if Paradox, back in this time, designed it in such a way that if you win a containment war, nobody else can declare a containment war against you for X amount of time. I don't know if that exists in Vicky 2. So we still potentially have the risk of the UK or Prussia deciding to do it. Kind of unlikely, I want to say. But those are possibilities. I think the UK is really the only other great power who might do it, and I think they're going to be somewhat reluctant to do it. So on this part, once our navies trade places. Oh, so that reminds me, let's upgrade all of our forts. Particularly the ones on the border with the Ottomans and Russians. Because when it comes to dealing with them, I kind of need to delay as much as possible. And you know what, I guess I can put one there, since that's where the French are going to be coming from for the most part. Or up here. What the hell are you doing in here, France? That guy shouldn't even be down here. Whatever, I guess. We've gained that. I don't recall, how long do those last again? A year, exactly a year, which is kind of annoying actually. You don't have a particularly large military. You know what, I'm gonna have... You know, I'm just going to go and record 2 parts today, and the second part will be this. So, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will be fighting a quick war with the South German Federation. After that, we will be... either we will attempt to fabricate a claim on the Prussians, or we will chill out for a moment, because if we attempt to fabricate a claim on the Prussians and get caught, that'll potentially kick us up to 35 if we're really unlucky. 35 unlocks a separate CB from the standard containment, which is basically just a humiliation and cut down to size CB. I believe 35 infamy is a dismember or something like that. Basically, I think is actually what it's called. CB that effectively completely destroys your empire if you lose it. Now, granted, even if we do manage to hit that point, we're kind of unlikely to have any real threat except for the British potentially deciding to declare war on us. So it is in some ways in our interest to say we can live with that, so we'll see what happens. If I decide to try to go to war with Prussia, or at least start fabricating a claim on Prussia next part. But that's going to wait until after our war with the South Germans is over. Because I don't want to potentially risk getting caught and then having the UK declare war on us while I'm still in the middle of a separate war. So that'll be it for this part, like I said. I will see you all next time. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you all as we continue our slower than I was originally anticipating journey towards forming Greater Germany as Austria. So until then, goodbye and farewell.